craves and desires, because after all, he's doing something. And so what does he do? He stops serving. If someone stops serving for that reason, that person is really not serving God. They're serving themselves. Because if you're serving God out of love, because love is not only directed to man, it should be, it's also directed to God. And if I'm serving God, I don't need anybody to thank me. I don't need anybody to say, good job, although there's nothing wrong with that, and it's always encouraging, but I don't do it for that reason. Now, people don't have to say a word to me, and I could still serve the Lord because I'm doing it out of my love for Him. We need to be careful. We need to be careful. How about this? If we show kindness to those that we get along with, but not to those we don't get along with, do you know that's self-love and not biblical love? If we only hang out with and do things for people that we think can benefit us, again, that is not a true Christ-like love. Self-love always demands a return for what it gives. Godly love demands nothing in return. I'll prove it to you. Jesus Christ loved the poor. Jesus Christ loved the rich. Jesus Christ loved Herod, who attempted to murder him as a baby. Jesus Christ loved Pilate, who condemned him to death. Jesus Christ loved Peter, who denied him. Jesus Christ even loved Judas, imagine that, who betrayed him, who in that Garden of Gethsemane walked up to him that night and kissed him on the cheek. He loved him as well. He loved the man who whipped his body. He loved the man who crowned him with thorns. He loved the man who spat in his face. He loved the man that scourged his back. He loved the man that drove those nails into his hands and to his feet. And he even loved the man who mocked him as he died. He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Do you know that love is the sum and the substance of the Christian life? There's only one way to accomplish it, and to perform it, if you will, for lack of a better term, and that's this: death to self. Death to self. 1 John 4:8, he that loveth not, knoweth not God, for God is love. You see, if we're yielded to the Spirit, we can display this love. So I want to ask you tonight, are you walking in the Spirit? Are you displaying the love that's a product of somebody who's walking with God? You know, I was reading the story, and we're going to close right here, about David Livingstone. Lots of controversy about his life, and we could get into all that. But Henry Drummond wrote a biography about him, and of course David Livingstone was a missionary, explorer, doctor to Africa. And he said he went there because he loved the people of Africa. And I believe it was true. Because those people gave him nothing. Those people showed him no respect. Those people didn't want him there. Many of them did not. Yet he still went and showed him their love. His love. It was interesting because in the biography, Drummond said this. He said this, quote, I've come across men and women who remember the only white man they ever saw before, David Livingstone. Men's faces light up as they speak of the kind doctor who passed there years ago. Many could not understand him, but what they did see was a man that loved him. You know what they did when David Livingstone died? They actually took his heart, because they knew he was a man of such love, and they buried it right there in the land. Because although many of them didn't agree with him, although some did, they knew that he loved them. And what a powerful thing that was. See, love is such a powerful thing. Such a powerful thing. And I believe if we would have the right balance of truth and grace and love in our hearts, and people would see people that love one another, that die to self, that give the gospel out to a lost and dying world, that we could change this world if we walk in the Spirit. The fruit of the Spirit is